so this is Math Lesson 45. So in Math Lesson 45, we are going to start talking about multiples. And we are actually going to find the least common multiple. So we talked about factors, the greatest common factor, the GCF. Remember the GCF, or the greatest common factor, is when we find our factors for a number. If we have 2 and we have 12, our factors for 2 is 1 times 2. Our factors for 12 is, these are factor pairs, 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and 3 times 4. So our factors for 2 are 1 and 2. Our factors for 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Our greatest common factor will be 2. So 2 is our greatest common factor. Today, though, we are talking about multiples. So factors are the numbers we multiply together, and multiples are when we are counting by numbers. When we are counting by 2s, multiples of 2 are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Multiples of 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Multiples of 8, 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, 56. Multiples of 11, 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77. When we count by a number, those are its multiples. But one thing you have to remember is that these multiples of 2 go on for infinity. They never ever end. So when we are writing multiples of 2, at some point we just have to quit writing and we have to put comma, dot, dot, dot. That means it's never going to end. It's going to keep going on. When we're counting by 5s, at some point we just have to stop and say comma, dot, dot, dot. It's never going to end. Same with counting by 8s. It's never going to end. Comma, dot, dot, dot. The same when counting by 11s. No matter what we're counting by, those multiples will never end because they will just go on and on forever. So we have to do comma, dot, dot, dot. So let's go ahead. Sometimes it's easier just to do something, okay? So go ahead. Oh, I can show you this though. Hang on before you get your books. Sometimes I like to show y'all things. I think it just, sometimes when you look at it in the math books, like what in the world are they trying to say? I know when my very first year teaching 5th grade math, it was a long time ago, I would look in this math book and think, what in the world? And it literally took me a few years to figure out how to say things and make things so they made more sense to kids, I think. So let's look at these numbers. We're going to look at 2, 3, and 6. So we are going to find multiples of 2, 3, and 6, okay? So multiples for 2 would be, oh man, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and we can go on and on and on. We're going to stop there and say, comma, dot, dot, dot. Multiples of 3, we would say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. And it could just go on and on and on. I am going to come up here to my 16 though, and I'm going to make this go a little bit further. 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, comma, dot, dot, dot. All right, so then multiples of 6. We have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, comma, dot, dot, dot. And that could just go on. I need a comma, dot, dot, dot right here, don't I? And that could just go on and on and on forever. So if I were to write my common multiples for 2, 3, and 6, what would they be? Let me see. Oh, well, here's 6. 6, 6, and 6. So 6 is a common multiple. Um, 12, 12, and 12, yes. 12 is a common multiple. 18, 18, 18. 18 is a common multiple. 24, 24, 24. 24 is a common multiple. Now to find my least common multiple, my LCM. What is my least common multiple? It is 6. 6 is my least common multiple. So now you may get your books and open them to page 81, put your name and date at the top, and go ahead and tear it out, and you can pause the video while you do so. Okay, so on page 81 and 82, you are going to find the multiples. Remember, we're just counting by those numbers. You are going to find the multiples for 7 in section number 1, 7, 9, 5, 3, 10, and 12. And then in section number 2, you're going to complete the chart. You're going to find multiples for 5 and 10. Then you're going to list the common multiples, and then you are going to write the least common multiple. But notice even after you list the common multiples, these are my common multiples right here. Even after I listed them, I should have had a comma, dot, 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 because there's going to be many more common multiples all throughout infinity for that number. But with my least common multiple, there is only one least common multiple, so we would just write 6. You're going to find the multiples for 3 and 4. Then you're going to write the common multiples, and then you're going to write the least common multiple, the LCM. And then you're going to find multiples for 3, 4, and 6. You're going to write the common multiples, and then you're going to write the least common multiple. On page 82, you're going to cross out numbers that are not multiples of the number in color. So for letter A, you're going to look for multiples of 11. Going across letter B, you're going to look for multiples of 8. Numbers that you would come to when you're counting by 8. Numbers that you would come to when you're counting by 11. Those are multiples. Section number 4, you're going to use cross multiplication to write the missing number. So you have 3/8 equals blank over 16. So you will write 3 times 16 equals, whatever 3 times 16 equals, you're going to have to find, let's just do it. Oh goodness, my eyes are getting very sleepy. 3/8, so 3/8 equals blank 16ths. So we're going to multiply, cross multiply. 16 times 3 equals 8 times what? What is 16 times 3? 6 times 3 is 18. Put 8 down, carry the 1. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So what times 8 equals 48? 8 times 6. So 6 will be your missing number there, okay? So that's how you will work that. And then section 5, you're just going to answer the questions. Section 6, you have 2 story problems. And section 7, you're going to change those improper fractions to whole or mixed numbers. And you are going to go ahead and do all of 81 and 82. None of that is very hard. It should not be very time consuming. And you are going to feel really smart when you get done.